Hello Tuesdays, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. Sit back in the chair, Gav, don't scare people. Right, today it's a shout out. We haven't done one for a while. I've got 3 shout outs to do. Strangely enough, they cross most of the genres I like, really. So one's war game figure painter. I'm not sure if he war games himself. I believe he does, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But war game figure painter. One is a modeler, and one seems to cross all that stuff. So, yeah, it's about time we had a couple of 3 shout outs on the channel. So let's get on with it. Let me just get this a bit closer. Scare the hell out of you even more. Come on, you've got to have it. There we go. Right. Now my chins don't look so bad, maybe, because I can sink them down below here. Right, stop waffling, Gav. Let's get the readers on. I don't normally put the readers on when I can find them, because the lights reflect off them. But let's give it a go. Oh, there you are. Right. First one. We have Grandad's Art Space. That's Terry to you and me. And he paints mostly English Civil War, or although I'm not a big English Civil War buff, in fact I probably know more about the American Civil War than I do my own, but I should know where I should know the bit in history. It's just after the main English Civil War, I believe, when Cromwell went up into Scotland because they were acting up. Very simplistic, that, isn't it? But this is a simplistic show. I said show again. Right, delusions of grandeur. Right, so this is Terry at Grandad's Art Space. As usual, there'll be links to all these guys below. Lovely painted figures, nice basing, enjoys what he does, gives you a nice bit of spiel on the units and, you know, what they wore, commanders, that type of stuff. A bit like Anthony does over at Grand Prego channel. You got in there again, Anthony. That's probably you now. So, who is it? Oh, it's the Tank Museum. Hey, what is it about the Tank Museum that keep photo bombing or video bombing my videos? Right, so please go and check Terry out. He hasn't got many subs. He hasn't been going long. I want to do a personal apology now to Terry. Terry, you've left a load of kind comments over, I don't know if it's a year, 6 months, whatever. I do normally check people out. Stalking is called. And I did check you out, and at the time I don't think you've got any videos up, so I don't, there's no point in subbing to somebody that's not making videos. So I believe that was the reason, and also I think you put age restrictions on something, one of them things anyway, but I think it was that you didn't have any videos up at the time. I may be wrong. So this is long time overdue, Terry, so I apologise for that. I hope this does you some good. It's probably scared a load of people off now. You'll probably not get another sub for months. But guys, please go and check Terry out. He's a nice fella. He's really supportive. He does mainly, I believe, as he said on one of my comments on my Vietnam stuff, he's really black powder type related, so musket backwards. So please go and check him out and give him a sub. And as I always say, if it's not your thing, and I absolutely understand, because I cross over, scale modelling and figure painting, and obviously display figure painting, war games figure painting. I absolutely understand if it's not your thing, but maybe just press the like button on a video. Just, it all helps, doesn't it? It would be really appreciated. So number 2, by the way, these aren't in any order, it's just how they came down the last video I watched type of thing. We've got Michael Hintz at Mike's Miniature Motors. Now he makes brilliant submarines. Whoa! I know. Don't start rushing off looking for submarines, because you won't find any. That was a bit of mirth there from Gav. Now, as you expect, he makes he's automobile related, so cars, American cars by the sound of it and look of it. But what I've always said to you guys, it's the same with Terry. It's the same with the fellow I'm going to mention third. I like it when people can open up their minds a bit and cross over, especially when people are being supportive. Mike doesn't freely admits, I've got one more or less built Chevy pickup up on the cabinet behind me. I don't know really much about cars. I'm a military man, and that will be all my focus. But I really appreciate the builds of people that I might not necessarily actually do myself, but I can appreciate the work and the talent and just the enthusiasm that people put into their hobbies. As I say, we're in some horrendous times. We're going about third waves, second waves, fifth waves, lashing through Europe at the moment. We're getting a bit slightly better, but taking coronavirus before we ever heard that horrible word, people have been helping me out loads from all over. From just people with no channels to people that have got car channels. I've got some great mates. You are. They've helped me no end. And I'm not on about physical stuff, gifts or anything like that. I'm on about just support, and that goes out to everybody that leaves the comments. It's all helping people out. It's just showing people what they're doing is I'll say worth something, but we enjoy the enthusiasm and the care and attention to detail that people put into their stuff. And there's nothing better. I know I've got loads of head problems and all the rest of it, but it's nothing better than switching your videos on when something, I never hardly leave this blooming room. As you can tell by the pallor. But it's great to know that people are out there, and as I say, I've got friends now throughout or Maras as I call you always, throughout. I sometimes have to throw friends or buddies or mates in because people outside, you people that I mix with all the time, I haven't got a clue what I'm on about. But all my Maras out there, that's first saying that, you really lift me, and I hope, my little comments and stuff and the shout outs I try and give people. And as I said to you guys, I don't mind shouting people out 10 times in a year. If it helps somebody get an extra sub here or an extra sub there and just show that people out there care about them, I think that's a good thing. Whew. So, have you forgotten? You probably have now forgotten who I've just mentioned, so let's do it again. This is Mike, brilliant guy. Mike, that's Michael Hintz at Mike's Miniature Motors. Please go and check him out. He does some cracking work, beautiful paint jobs, and as I say, just another somebody else who really enjoys what he does. And as I say, I enjoy stuff like that. So again, if it's not for you, just if you could just press the like button on a video, it's just something that's positive, Now, although I know the name of this guy, I'm not going to say it because I don't believe he's ever actually written his name down or mentioned his name. I think some people may have in the comments, but that's not for me to shout out. So he may want to be a mysterious hands type person, although I know he's put his face to camera a couple of times. But this is Common Road Junction. Now, by the name, especially if you're in the UK, Common Road Junction will tell you railways. You'd be spot on. Go to the head of the class, top of the class, gold star, all that stuff. I happen to like trains, as you know. I'm not going to move it now, but that there is a train picture. There's one above my desk here. You'd think they'd all be military, wouldn't you? But no. I don't do the stuff myself that I'd love to, but I haven't got the time, and I definitely haven't. If I haven't got the space to display models, I haven't got the space, as my wife has forcibly told me to do railways. But he does 1 in 35 scale military vehicles, tanks, you name it. I've seen him do war games terrain. I've seen him do, and obviously trains. I think he not only does he have his own small collection, I think he does them up himself and some stuff like that as well. So it's about silly not being able to say the guy's name, but as I say, I'll try and be respectful as much as I can. So I'm not going to shout out the fella's name, that's up for him to say. But Common Road Junction anyway. Now all three of these guys have one thing in common: they don't have a huge amount of subs. So in the spirit of let's help fellow tubesters along, and I'm not on about these Burks that leave things for you to, let's be buddies and stuff, rubbish stuff like that. These are fellow content producers in our sphere who have, as I say, I'll always try my best to mention people that have a lot of involvement with me. I'm not on about a couple of comments. But these people are on and off since I've known them. So please go and check them out. I would really appreciate you just going and checking their channels out, because they are a nice bunch of guys. One last time, Grandad's Art Space, Michael Hintz stroke Mike's Miniature Motors, and Common Road Junction. 3 tubesters who deserve a lot more subs than they have presently. Thank you very much, guys. You take care of yourselves. Videos coming up as he looks around his table. Still got Napoleonics to show you yet in 28mm. I just thought I might try and make him look a bit better by showing you 16 rather than 8. 28mm Vietnam, haven't really gone any farther forward with those at the moment, although I'm planning to do so over the weekend. T34, lots of progress on that, so there will be a video between now and Sunday on that one. The Chevy, let's just get the Chevy finally done, and every time I mention it I still haven't done just a couple of little dabs of paint here and there and whatever, and she's done. She's on wheels, she's sat up there, but you will get to see it. I'll get it finished. Some unboxings to come, model related. Just waiting for a piece of photo etch which is on its way to me for a certain kit. Yes, Gav's bought photo etch, didn't want to, but thought the kit deserved it, and you'll understand when you see it. Thanks to Ian Aitken, another shout out from my Mara Ian. I can say this, Gav looks behind him as if the wife's going to come up the stairs. It's another kit coming. Oh, thank you, Ian Aitken. I'll shout this out now in case any of my modelling buddies do watch this video. And again, I have no connection, just checking over, I have no connection whatsoever to this guy's business. It's just that I've used him before. Some of my figures have come from him. And Ian shouted out that he got this special on. I have bought a 1 in 48 scale Mustang fighter plane. I wasn't even looking for a 1 in 48 scale. Do you know, I've been looking at 1 in 72 scale aircraft again. I've got one to be building, which I'm hopefully going to do a camera down type thing on as soon as the T34 is out of the way. That's a Focke-Wulf, obviously. Didn't want a 1 in 48, have no space for a 1 in 48 scale aircraft. And I promised myself to do a Century Series jet again, because I like my jets. But this has got a bare metal finish to it, this Mustang. And from the box art, it looked like it was in the Far East. So, thank you, Ian. Anyway, the reason I'm saying all this, going off topic again, Dave Coley's Emporium has what he's calling pocket money kits, which are some ICM kits, 1 in 48 scale. I believe there's 3 or 4 Mustangs, 3 or 4 type Spitfires. The one with the beer barrels under the bottom? He's got that. Well, I presume he's still got it. It got some BF 109s. Unfortunately, he hasn't got any Focke-Wulfs. Can't have everything. But those 3, so Spitfires, 109, and 3 or 4 109s, and 3 or 4 types of Mustang. If you fancy a kit for 10 quid plus postage, mine cost me about £3 something postage. If you fancy a kit, they're ICM. I haven't a clue. I believe that I was actually looking at the ICM Dornado DO17s. That there was some good write-ups on those, and I had actually looked at those recently. But now I've got a 1 in 48 scale Mustang, so I do get to do my metallised finish, but it's not on a jet. I really wanted to do an F86 Sabre. I love the Sabre, or the Sabre dog, Super Sabre, Sabre. No, I'm going back slightly. Although they were in the Korean War, you can guarantee I'm not going to be able to have the decals in there. Ain't going to be Korean. I'll have to do it World War II. Never mind. But thank you, Ian Aitken. I'm £13 down when I really shouldn't be. And if she sees this, I was actually looking at I've got a cupboard not in this room, around the corner, old airing cupboard, and I'm allowed the bottom bit. I'm trying to see, praying that it comes maybe on not over the weekend, because Dave Cody's quite local to me. He's in Birmingham and I'm not that far away. So if it comes tomorrow, I'm in deep doo-doo. Thank you, Ian. She's not bothered about the money, it's the space. She says, we haven't got, like some of your friends, they're marrieds, not friends. She says, we haven't got where we can pile them all up. Anyway, I'm doing far too much chuckling to my own amusement, which you guys are going, what's he on about? So anyway, Dave Coley's Model Emporium, or Dave Coley's Emporium? I can't remember. But put Dave Coley's Model Emporium on. I think that's what it is. As I say, he's got these group of kits, he's calling them pocket money kits. And they are 1 in 48, not 1 in 72. So how hard can they be to build? We shall find out. But that'll be an unboxing. Guys, I've rambled on what shouldn't have been a ramble video. You look after yourselves. Keep dodging, as I say. We will get to the other side someday. I keep feeling one of these Dame Vera Lynn songs coming on, but we're not going to go down that road today. Look after yourselves, guys.